I don't care anymore.
We're talking about
No, I don't care anymore.
dating as a successful woman.
Dating as a successful woman?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you think it's easier or harder?
Well, I'm not successful yet, so I don't know. I have no input on a successful woman's thoughts or ways.
Do you think
Like if you're a successful woman, you have all the input, but if you're not, you don't know what you're trying to do in life yet, you have no right to say so.
well, unless you're trying to help them, if that's believable.
Oh, true. If you could think of yourself being successful and then I guess, but they always get a man that's not. Someone said they always get a man that's not shit.
They always get a man that's not shit.
Yep. So maybe their men
You,
ain't really supportive of what they're doing, or they haven't grown up fully yet. They might be grown, but their mentality is still a kid. Successful women want to have a trophy husband. I guess so. I don't
these
know.
commenters are on it.
Huh?
This is exact. These commenters are on it. They want
Yep.
a trophy. I don't know. I don't know if they want a trophy husband. They definitely don't want a man who's a grown-up child. But I think what they're saying might be true. That that can happen.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, thank you for the likes. Appreciate you. I don't know. I feel like are you talking about like running your own business and like getting your own stuff together, your own house, your own, like, what are you talking about successful?
Successful, making good money. So you could just have a great job, which is what almost everyone who's successful does it that way.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, now that's more understandable. I'm thinking you're talking about running a business, got a whole big old house, a whole family and kids, like, got the whole. But now that you kind of explained
No,
it more.
well, you bring up a good point though. If you own your house, and we could get more detailed as to what ownership means, but what else do you need?
Mm, honestly, I don't know. One for one, welcome.
You're getting right into what I think is so interesting though. If you're taking care of the family, if you have a house that you've paid off most of it, let's say, it's pretty much you own a house. Do you need a guy at all?
I feel like as me, how I am, I'm an independent woman. Like I have a son. I'm independent. I don't have like I do what I do. So it's like if I had a house and I'm taking care of my family, I do not need no man. If I could get a house by myself, if I could get a car by myself, if I could make my own money by myself, what makes me think I need a man by my side when I did it by myself? You know? Some men just go in a woman's life knowing they have their stuff together just to ruin it and tear them down. And those are what the little boys are considered called. Well, I think they're called, but they call themselves men.
Well said.
I guess wait, hold on. I guess I got censored last comment. Why would it say? Well, try to say it, but like abbreviate it.
Do you think there's more people like how you describe yourself, more strong, independent women now than ever?
I hope so. I hope so. There better
I think
be.
everyone hopes so.
I mean, there better be, especially like I'm 23 and I'm pretty young, and my mindset is pretty good. So I just hope there's like other young women like me, like if they have a kid, if they don't have a kid, if they're working, trying to get their stuff together, just things like me. You don't need no man to do what anybody could do. You know, you get up and do it yourself. That's all I gotta say. And that's, I mean, if you're dating, if you're trying to date me, I don't, you know, I say to myself, like, I don't go out there looking for nobody, like nothing like that. If it comes to me, it comes to me. If it don't, I don't really care. We never needed a man, girl. We don't. We don't. Oh shoot, sorry.
So that's the question. In the past, did women need men?
I don't know. I'm not from the past.
I'm not from the past.
I'm from the
All I
2000s.
know, I was born,
Huh?
so I know there was a. I said I was born, so I know there was a man involved. You were born, so but
Okay,
you
but
need a man to have a baby, right?
no, you don't. You really
And
don't.
how do you do without a man?
How did Eve or how did what's her name get pregnant? God's wife or whatever her name is. So you like having fun? Yes, I do. Don't you gotta jump on the bed after every win? No, I do not gotta jump on the bed. What is he talking about?
So
I am dead. Mary?
is
Oh
is
yeah. What?
is IVF? Is that the new Immaculate Conception?
There's plenty of ways to get pregnant without a man. I mean, of course, you need a man for like to help conceive for his, you know, the stuff
Or
that help.
sperm donorship?
Yeah, that. Okay, so of course you need a man for that, but there's ways that people are now discovering that you do not need that stuff to help you conceive a baby. Or you could even like, I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff like that's going on that you gotta look into. So you don't gotta have a man to have a baby. No, you don't, girl. Dude, there is lesbians having babies. They did not have a man.
This is true.
There
This
is
is true.
there is gay married men that are having babies, and they're men. Like what? Like you don't need a man. Like them two are men, but you do not need another man. Like you don't need a female either. You could do a baby on your own. You know, like no, yeah, that's what I meant. Yes,
So
girl.
so let's get into it then. Because for a straight woman,
Thank you, Cash.
is she looking for a man
I'm not looking for
if
no
she
man.
wants a baby?
Me, well, I'm speaking for myself. I was in a relationship at the time when I had my baby, so I can't speak for like a single woman. And you know, if they want a baby, then go get in a relationship. You know, like I don't know how to like comment on that situation specifically.
It's okay. I think that's the question of the day is if you want a baby, do you then want a relationship? That's step one.
Um, Honestly, some girls have a baby just for the company, like if you're like a dog or like a cat, but like a baby, like you know how people get like the reborn babies, like when they're
Reborn
young.
babies?
Yeah, you never seen a reborn?
Guess not.
They're like little dolls, but they look so real. Like they don't. I mean, they don't cry or poop or nothing, but they're like little babies. Like they look real, like super real. And I guess
Okay.
like people get that and they have it like for like companion, like oh I have a baby, you know, or like or some others like some people lose a baby and they want a baby, you know, just to fill that hole. Like some people might have been in a relationship and lost a kid, like had a miscarriage or something. And then when they get out of
Hmm.
that relationship, they might, oh, I just want a baby at this point. Like I don't want a relationship, you know? Jeezy, welcome. He has a lot of followers. Oh, does he? That's crazy. I didn't even see, to be honest. Thank you, Salma. Oh shit, I didn't even see you guys' stuff. I'm so into deep with this.
It's totally a new world. In 10 years, are we going to have all babies conceived with sperm and an egg without people
In
populating at
10
all?
years, I believe kids are gonna be able to be conceived outside the womb. Kind of like, you know how we like people lay eggs? Like I feel like there is gonna be like something like that, like a little situation like that. Like they're gonna like make it into like a little egg that's gonna have to hatch or some weird shit, or like in like some weird thing, you know. But I do believe in about 10 to 15 years, babies are not gonna, they're gonna be able to conceive them outside of it. Thank you guys for all the likes and support. Appreciate you guys. Oh
So
my god.
if a woman is 25 now and she wants a baby someday,
Mhm.
d does she wait for that technology or does she try to find a man in the next 5, 10 years?
Mm. It just depends, to be honest. How soon does she want the baby? If she wants to be an old mom, you know, like it just depends.
So what age is an old mom though?
Well, me, once you're 25, you're old. I'm 23. I'm about to be old. Like that's just how I
Okay.
see it.
Okay.
You could
Do you
also,
think that's
someone said she could also freeze her eggs
okay?
to save for during, like if she wants to have kids, like maybe later down the line.
So
But
that
but the bad thing about it is when you're freezing eggs, they can also die off over the years. So you might like take out like 30, 40 eggs or something, and then you go back like 4 years later or something, and you only have 10, 5 eggs. You know, it just
so
depends.
wi-
I think.
so when you do the egg freezing, I don't know how it works. You take two eggs out every period or every month or
No, basically, like you start like injecting yourself like with shots to help you get healthy. You can't drink, you can't like smoke, you can't. You have to be on a good diet. Like you have to have like you have to be healthy. You have to be good. And then they test your eggs before they take them out. Like they test them, and then if you want, it's like an extra charge, I do believe. But you could do like where they make sure it's a boy, or they make sure it's a girl. Like, but it's extra like tests and stuff before they do all that. Hey, Erica. Or you could adopt and you don't need a man for that. Oh, period. You could also adopt. You could also adopt. You don't need no man.
I didn't realize you could choose the if the baby was going to be a boy or a girl. Um,
Yeah. Watch, look at like, there's this show that I be watching and they be telling you like all the shit like that.
like I knew you could preference one, but it sounds like, and it's not just you saying this, that you can pretty much 100% pick.
I don't know if you can read it. But it's basically like, it's called PGT, like the testing they do to get the genetics, like if it's a boy or girl, while they're doing the transfer.
EGT.
Yeah. I can't say that whole word, but yeah.
So if you don't need a relationship, you don't even need to do the deed, and you can freeze your eggs so you can choose when you have the baby. Do men and women need each other at all?
Not really. That's why women are being with women and men are being with men. If you want to be technical with it, everybody's figuring it out too late. You don't need no man. You don't need women. If you need each other, you need each other. Men can do it the same as a woman. A woman can do it the same as a man. Someone said, I
So
need a woman. I'm dead.
there's more same-sex relationships as a result of this technology, you think?
Wait, what'd you say?
And
My
free
bad.
with egg freezing and IVF, there's more people going into same-sex relationships.
Hey, CJ, welcome.
I know more people are bisexual, I think, than ever before.
Honestly, on that, I believe when they get a little lick in their system, they're bisexual. But in reality, they won't. Oh my God, I'll be with the woman if I need to, or I'll be with the man. No, it don't go like that. You get bisexual when you drink or when you're like doing something, you know. I know a lot of people that I'm bisexual, but then like when it comes down to it, you're trying to be with somebody, and it's like, oh girl, get off of me. You're like, the guy's the same way, like, I'm not gay, like what? But you're bisexual, you know, stuff like that. People just pick and choose. So I don't think bisexual is really a thing.
Fair enough.
And
Without
I will
talking
argue
about,
about that.
yeah, not to, we're not going to argue about that. But for straight women who are making good money, can they just pay to have a baby and not try to find a man at all?
Yeah, because the show I watch, I've seen it happen. Yep. Their boyfriend leaves them or they're celibate for so long. Oh, I want a baby. They go get IVF or they go adopt or they get egg transfers or something like that.
So, what are the repercussions for raising the baby down the road?
Like, what
Or
do you
are there
mean?
any? For a single mother who's successful, is that preferred to being in a relationship and successful with a kid?
I feel like when you have a kid, it's different than being in a relationship. Only because, like I said earlier, a relationship, when that person sees you doing good, or like when you're like working how you're supposed to, or you're making more money than them, he's gonna feel some type of way, and he's gonna make you, you know, start reversing your steps. Like he's gonna make you start falling down. He's gonna make you stop giving. Like he's gonna make you start giving up because he thinks, oh, I'm making too much. My man's getting mad. Some girls are like that. And then when you have a kid, it's different because, oh, I have to do this for my kid. I have to shine for my kid. I have to make money for my kid. It's way different.
So, say more about that, though, about the money.
Say more
It
about the
sounds like you're
money.
talking, yeah.
So like the money, like a man always wants you to, oh, babe, give me this on PlayStation. Babe, give me this, buy me this. He's always asking and bugging. Like, I mean, if he makes his own money, kudos to him. But there's always gonna be that relationship couple where it's like they both working, but the man don't put 50 in it. He puts his 50 in his friends or his family or his people that he's taking care of. He don't really put 50 in for his household. Or then there's that relationship, you put in 50-50 and you guys are getting each other's stuff, then that's a whole different story. But I can only speak on what I know. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I think
Hey, and welcome. Oh shoot, what the
I think
hell?
you nailed it with the money. If there's no benefit for the woman to have a man in her life, she's not going to have one.
Exactly. Honestly, I think the only benefit like a man could bring a female is if he's a good man, then he could bring like the love and affection she may need, or like the happiness she needs to, like that needed to be fulfilled or something, you know? But I don't know. Hey, Aunt, welcome. Who are you? I can't even see your thing.
So where does she find a good man?
Who is she?
The successful woman who still wants the
Um,
good man.
Honestly, by traveling. I feel like when you travel, you run into so much people. And you can't think, oh, the love of my life is in my hometown, because sis, no, it's not. No, it's not, boo. You need to go out and explore. It's a whole world around you. And you're worried about a man in your hometown. Like, what? I mean, you guys might be in love or whatever, but that is not your man. There's a whole other world.
Is traveling a way to meet someone who you can't meet on an app?
Honestly, I'd rather travel than date online and talk to people online, only because you don't ever know who you're talking to. When you travel, you could really meet them. You're the first time meeting each other in person. First impression is always a thing. You can't be impressed by, hey, you look cute, you know. Send me a picture. You can't be impressed by that. And if you're impressed by that, then grow up, because that's wild.
Do you think women should introduce them to someone first?
Um, no, because there's some women that are shy, but it's like you have to break them off that character. Or
So
there's some weapon.
it's still the guy has to go up to her though for her to meet him.
Not in all cases, because the guy might be shy, but you know, you could see a man staring at you from the corner of your eye. So it's like, if you don't go talk to you, then maybe you got to make the move if you're interested. But if you ain't interested, then mind your business.
So what's that look like? What's the move look like?
Can't you ever just tell when someone's side eyeing you or like just looking at you? Like, don't you ever feel when someone's staring at you?
Sometimes.
Like when you see that and you're at the bar, like you're walking, they keep staring at you, or like you're chilling or something. Look at them back, and if they keep staring at you, like, I don't know, just one of y'all better talk.
But it sounds like the woman ought to go up to the man.
It's just like I said, it's just situations. If the guy is shy, then maybe the girl should go up. If the girl's shy, maybe the guy should go up. You could tell when somebody's shy. If you can't read body language, then I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be dating or nothing.